Now that we got our Kali Linux setup and ready, all we are left to do before we can start coding is install the PyCharm. Now, what is PyCharm, you might be asking? Well, PyCharm is an integrated development environment used for computer programming, especially aimed for Python programmers. It is also cross-platform, so you can get it for Windows, macOS and Linux systems if you like. Now let's see how we can actually download it. First of all, we need to open up our Firefox, and depending on which version of Kali Linux you are running, it might be located on the left side of the screen right here, in case you're using the newest version. And in case you're using the 2019.4 version, like I am, you simply just go to this icon right here, type in Firefox, and click Enter. It will open up the Firefox for you, and then we can navigate to the Google search bar and type PyCharm. Click on the first link that pops up, and then click on Download. You will see that it will automatically realize that we are running Linux systems, and we will get two different versions available for download. We get the professional version and the community version. Now, since the community version is free and open source, we're going to download that one instead of the professional version. In just a few seconds, this pop-up window should come up, and it will ask us whether we want to open the file or save the file. In this case, we want to save the file. Click here on OK. And right here under this arrow, if you click on it, you will see that it has started downloading PyCharm on our Kali Linux machine. Now, while this is downloading, I just want to mention one thing. So I will just lower this, and I will open up the terminal, which is this icon right here. In case you are using the newest version, you will not be a root account inside of the terminal. You will simply just be a user that you created during the installation, which I showed in the previous few videos. If you're using the 2019.4 version like I am, you will not have a problem with root account, as you will simply just be the root account every time you log in, as we can see right here. Now, let me just zoom this in so we can see everything a little bit better. Okay, so it's good now. Therefore, some of the commands that we run will require root privileges, and I just want to show you how you can run them. For example, let's say the command whoami requires root privileges. Now, it doesn't, but let's say it does. If you're using a simple user account and not a root account, in order to run the whoami command and not get the access denied error, you can simply just type sudo whoami. Now, on the newest version of Kali Linux, it will ask you for the password of your own account. You simply just type it in, and it will execute this command and give you the output. Okay? So I just wanted to mention that in case you run into some errors where you require root privileges in order to run. And now let's see if our download has finished. We have 73 more megabytes left, so I'm just going to wait for this to finish, and then we will proceed with the installation. Okay, so it is finished. We want to click on this icon right here, which will open up the folder where our PyCharm is located. We can close the Firefox as we'll no longer need it. And right here we can see that the PyCharm is located in the /root/downloads directory. Now on the new Kali Linux, it might be the name of your account and then /downloads. So let's navigate inside of our terminal to that directory, /root/downloads. Type ls, and we can see PyCharm is right here. Now you might notice that it has the extension of .tar.gz, which simply just means that this is a packed file and we have to unpack it before we actually run anything from it. In order to unpack this, you simply just type the command tar and then -xzf and then the name of the file. You can simply just type py and then tab in order to autocomplete the name, so you don't have to bother typing all of this by yourself. Press here enter, and in just a few seconds this should be unpacked. Okay, so here it is. Once we type ls once again, now we will have another directory which will be the unpacked PyCharm directory. So let's navigate to there using the cd command, type ls, and we will see a bunch of files and directories inside of this PyCharm directory. We want to go to the bin directory, type ls once again, And inside of this bin directory, we want to run this pycharm.sh file. Now you might notice that this is a .sh extension, therefore we need to run it using bash. We simply just type in bash and then pycharm.sh. Now this is another command that might require root privileges in order to run, so in case you are using the newest version of Kali Linux and you are not root account, you simply just type sudo and then bash pycharm.sh. Type in the password and this should execute with no problems. So let's run this. It will run the pycharm.sh program and it should start PyCharm for us. Here it is, we got PyCharm opened up, and before we actually click on create new project, we want to go down here under the configure and click on create desktop entry. We want to check create the entry for all users and click on OK. Once we do that, we can simply just click on create new project, call it test, since this is the test project and we're not going to code anything inside of this project, and it should load up this window right here. It will create the virtual environment for you. It will give you some tips for the programming and also for the PyCharm, which we are not really interested in. And when everything is done and everything is loaded up, we should be ready to code. So let's click on close right here. Let's enlarge this. So this is how PyCharm looks like. Now in order to create a file and start coding, you can go to the test, right click on it, click on new and then Python file. Let's call it test.py. And it will let you code Python program right here. So you can simply just type print hello world and then go under run the program, run the test, and here it is, the output which says hello world. Now if you install PyCharm for the first time, these letters right here might be too small for you. Let's see how we can increase the font of these letters. So you can go on to the file, go to the settings. Under the settings you want to go to the editor, click on font, and under the font you can change whichever font you like. So let's say 22, click on OK, and the letters are now larger. So now that we got the PyCharm ready, in the next section we're going to start off with our first project, which is going to be a port scanner in Python 3. Okay, so that will be about it for this tutorial. Thank you for watching, and let's get straight into the hacking in the next section. Take care. Bye.